She continues, my parents want me to pick my own M middle name from this book. She says, should I even bother? And Sport's really wowed by this. You get to pick your own middle name? You should absolutely bother, he says. And Janie adds, all we have to do is just find the M middle name that just screams you. And now we hear some upbeat music starting. It's a song called The Name Game. It's a song by Shirley Ellis. It came out in '65, which was just 1 year after the original book came out. Hey, wait a minute. I'm looking at Google here. Did they really use that song in the Nickelodeon movie, the 1996 live-action film? Harriet the Spy? With Michelle Trachtenberg? I haven't seen that movie yet. I really should sometime. And maybe try to do a reaction video and compare it to the Apple TV show. That would be fun. But anyway, the Name Game song on the Apple TV show is actually a cover performed by Australian musician Alex Lahey, Lahey. So now Harriet's gonna try all these different M names with this cool song playing in the background. She says, we start off with Melanie. Ooh, that is cool. I love this shot right here with Harriet wearing those cute purple sunglasses. Come on, Harriet, please don't make me fall in love with you more than necessary. I definitely would have picked Melanie with that kind of look. She's trying on new looks along with each of the new names that she's trying. There was a girl in my class named Melanie back when I was in kindergarten, but this was definitely going my top 10 list of, like, my top 10 favorite shots from this entire series. This image right here. I love Harriet in those sunglasses, especially with that cool-looking face. But unfortunately, Harriet's not digging it. I wonder if it's because she doesn't like the way the glasses go crooked. The glasses that I'm wearing right now, these blue light glasses, are kind of crooked too, because they're manufactured kind of weird. The one side kind of has a little bit more of a curve than the other, which makes the one side kind of dig into my skull a little bit more, so I try to wear them crooked so that it doesn't hurt quite as much. They work pretty good that way, it just looks a little weird. Oh my goodness, the lyrics to this song! Shirley, Shirley, Bo Burley, Bonana, Manna, Fana, Fo Furley, Fee Fi, Fo Merly, Shirley. This is what Face was singing back in 2001 on Nick Jr. It was a parody of this song. Oh my goodness. Franklin the Turtle was one of my favorite Nick Jr. shows, and like during the first 2 years of the show's run, they always used the same bumper with Face drinking out of this crazy straw that went all around his eyes and everything. Like for every single episode of Franklin and Kipper and a few Blue's Clues, they used that same bumper every single day, which meant that if there was a Franklin marathon, you would see that same darn thing 10 times in a row. And then finally, like towards the end of either the middle or the end of 2001, like shortly before they got rid of Franklin, so they didn't get to use it very much, but they changed it. They finally made a new Face short for Franklin. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with late 90s and early 2000s Nick Jr., Face was Nick Jr.'s mascot. It was just like a plain single color background with two eyes and a mouth, and Face would talk to us and make funny faces and do silly things and then tell us what show is coming up next. And in 2001, right before Franklin, Face would say, coming up next is Franklin, Franklin, for Franklin, for Fana, Fana, for Franklin, me, my, Mo, Manklin, Franklin. Now I finally get it! It was a parody of this 60s song, The Name Game! Wow!
Hi there, it's me, Face! And coming up next is... Franklin, Franklin, Bo Banklin, Banana, Fana, Fo Franklin, me, my, Mo, Manklin, Franklin. I'm Nick Jr.
This show just knows how to hit all the right notes when it comes to nostalgia. Like, who would have thought that a show that takes place in the 60s would have something that reminds me of 2001 Nick Jr.? That's incredible. Alright, continuing with Harriet the Spy. Harriet's going to try a May, and her May look is some kind of furry striped purple tail that she's wearing, like this big fuzzy scarf that looks like a striped tail, and she's got kind of a very serious, fashionable look, and for whatever reason, she's kind of opening her mouth and sticking out her tongue, like, Is this supposed to be some kind of provocative magazine cover model face? I don't know. But she kind of tosses her head back like, oh, this isn't working either. And the song continues, Lincoln, 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 Binkin, Banana Manna for Finkin, Fee Fi for Minkin, Lincoln. That really sounds like the Franklin one there. She's trying out the name Margot, wearing what do you call it? One of those caps that an artist wears. Is that called a beanie or something? No, a beret. Harriet doesn't like that either. She angrily tosses the beret away. Now Harriet's trying Mordecai, and she's got a pirate getup on. One of those paper hat things that looks like a sailboat, and an eye patch, and a wooden sword. And Janie and Spore are just kind of shrugging. And saving the worst for last, a Merlin. What in the world? It looks like she's got some big blue witch's hat on, but she's got this great big gray beard. And Sport and Janie are clapping. They like it? What in the world? Why do you two think that this is a good idea? I mean, Merlin's not really a bad name. Harriet Merlin Welsh. It's not my favorite, but I mean, I would prefer Melanie, but there's nothing really wrong with the name Merlin, but why the witch hat and the beard? I don't get it. And then a bee flies into the beard, and Harriet freaks out and runs away. And then we cut to what appears to be some kind of restaurant or diner or something, and Harriet's leaning on the counter wearing her blue worn-out witch's hat. I assume that's what that's supposed to be, unless it's some kind of troll hat or something. And she just finished some kind of beverage, and she says, "Another egg cream, Darby." Okay, I think we'll pick up here after the intermission, because seeing Harriet drink something and talking for this long is making me pretty thirsty.